What's going on, guys? I know it's been a couple weeks. I had some stuff going on. Took a break, visited the folks in Colorado, and I'm moving. So I just want to show you an update on where we're at with the Q. Say hi to the M. Super dusty and just looking miserable, just waiting on a tune, right? All right, so last picture I posted, she was sitting on the floor. So we are on the subframe. We're on the subframe. We are 98% ready to drop in. I don't know. Let's update you. All right. So we redid, we as in me, but I like to say we as if there's other people working on this thing. It's just me. So we redid the passenger side, the whole passenger side mount assembly, whatever you want to call it. From speaking with Mike over at Drop Bear, he was telling me that, yeah, you're going to have issues. For me, it was either it was going to fit perfectly or I might have to make some modifications. So what I did was, before we even got to that part of trying to drop it in and seeing it was going to hit, I redid that whole assembly. I got it to where we tucked it in closer to the block, and we raised it up for clearance purposes. So it looks really good. I don't know if you guys remember the last picture or the video or anything that I posted. It poked out a lot more. So now we're sitting pretty. So we should have no issues. So that's done. Our blow-off valves are in. Like I said, I run the Turbo Smart Combat. They're done. Charge piping is done. Wastegate mount is done. Arms connected. There's a couple of things we have to get from the hardware store tomorrow. We have to get the coolant line for this side, which runs to the valve right there. So we have to pick that up, and there's some stuff that we have to grab, which is no big deal. But for the most part, this side is completely finished. On this side, there's some wiring that I have to just clean up. But same thing for this side. Blow-off valve is done. The whole assembly is complete. The AC lines are done. The AC lines super easy. I think it took me, it was like a day. I did it myself. I just wanted to do it. You can easily send this to any AC shop and they can make the lines literally the same day. And for fairly cheap. So that's all done. Obviously, I'll clean up all this wiring and all this stuff. Some of the stuff's not even plugged in. And I'll make that somewhat presentable. For you guys that work on VRs, you know this engine is a freaking mess, man. So the intercooler's done. Obviously, the direct port method is plumbed up. I have to add the check valve in for the meth, so that's not a big deal. We got to get a new drive belt. That's not a big deal. That's all stuff I can do once the engine is dropped in. Yeah. The lower oil pan, I have a new one sitting on the floor. We just got to put that in. And then obviously change that oil filter. I have new oil filters in a box. And yeah. Yeah. What else? Oh, once we put the downpipes in, we're either going to do it right after, or actually no, scratch that. If you know my build, I have a full 3-inch turbo back. I had it when I was stock turbos. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the X pipe out and just basically add the resonators in. So for the most part, my exhaust will be full straight pipe. It's going to have a bunch of resonators on it, pretty much. Turbo 3-inch back to those carbon fiber tips that I have in a separate video. All right, so that's all that. And then we're going to swing over, and we're still going to do the front mount intercooler looking oil cooler, which is sitting in the M, right? So we're going to put that in there, and then we'll put the heat exchanger, which I got that, it's going to be a little different heat exchanger than what everyone runs. Size-wise, it's going to be pretty much the same as like an ANS or or something else. I think AMS's might be a little bit bigger, but we're gonna run that. We'll plumb all that up. I have all the lines and everything for that in there. We'll get that done. I've got some high performance coolant that I'm using. It's called Engine Ice. I'll probably shoot to it. I'll add a quick little video in this video just to show you the engine. Guys, like I said, I'll shoot to this quick little Engine Ice video. So this is what's gonna replace my coolant. A little Engine Ice. This stuff works really good. If you haven't used it before, this is the premix version. This is great stuff. So let's cut to, So reduces operating temp, lowers temperatures, non-toxic, premix, ready to use, meets and exceeds all standards. Best kept secret, right? For the guys that are worried about freeze protection up to negative 26 degrees and boil over 256. So we got a bunch of that sitting there. We got that, and then we've got, of course, what I run in every car. A little water wetter. We got a couple bottles of that we'll add. And then there's the AMS tank that you guys saw the video on. And some meth stuff from that other meth video I made. Cool. Alright, guys. Nice stuff. And yeah, that's where we're at, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thanks for the support, everybody. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody reaching out. If you don't follow me already on Instagram, look out, JetBlackM3. Give me a follow. If you're watching here and you're not subscribing, hook me up with a little subscribe, please. Like it, comment it, don't like it. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you think I should do next, or what you want to see. I know everybody wants to see the M too. We are moving to Virginia Beach, and I say me, right? So once we get there and get settled, the Q will be on the road. The Q will be my new daily. I'll probably sell my daily because there's no point in having 3 cars. Since COVID isn't dying down, I guess the M, the dirty M, I guess I'll send her to my tuner to finish her up, I guess, since I can't be there. Maybe I can catch a day of tuning after she gets all the maintenance done and stuff like that. Maybe I'll catch a day of tuning and I can go back home real quick. We'll see, but that will probably be next year, early next year. Because like I said, that car is done. The only thing that needs to get done is major maintenance. And I say major, like whatever maintenance you would do, all the fluids, all that stuff. Because she's been sitting, you guys know she's been sitting for a while. So once we get all the fluids flushed and swap in the new tires, she'll get her tune. For her, quick plug for her, she's S65, BMW M3, 2009, dual clutch, single turbo. It's a small turbo for her. It's a 70 mil, so we'll see. She's not gonna run a lot of boost. She'll run like 6 to 8 pounds of boost. Of course, she's got meth on here. Y'all know I love meth, and I think that's pretty much it. I mean, she's got like coilovers and stuff like that, carbon fiber goodies everywhere. But it should be a fun little car. After we get both cars running, guys, we're going to source a motor for the Q so we can build it. Obviously, right now I am at the mercy of the stock block for the Q, so we'll source another motor. Like I said, this will be next year. Excuse me. We'll source another motor for the Q. We'll build that. We'll still keep the turbos. This turbo setup is good for a lot of power, so we'll keep that. We'll build the motor. We'll see what we can make. This is all in the future. And then once we have that, we are going to source a motor for the M and do the same thing with her. Depending on how she responds to the size of the turbo, we may get a bigger turbo. We'll see for the motor builds. We'll see where the power comes in and how she likes it and all that stuff. I'm not trying to create a dyno queen where she's just making power up top for like 1500 RPM. Not like I'm driving both cars. Yeah. Yeah. It's coming together, guys. Appreciate all the support. Take care.